They thought humans needed reinforcements. Instead, one destroyer ended their fleet admiral. Thei watched the tactical display with satisfaction as his fleet of 47 warships emerged from hyperspace at the edge of the Sol system. The human homeworld hung like a blue jewel in the distance, defended by what appeared to be a pitiful collection of orbital platforms and a handful of primitive vessels. "Scan results, Commander," he commanded, his forearms folding behind his back, in the traditional Korthani pose of superiority. "Sir, we detect approximately 30 human vessels in defensive positions around their primary world. Most appear to be converted civilian craft with minimal armament." Intelligence was correct. The humans are woefully unprepared for a proper military engagement. Thei's mandibles clicked in amusement. The humans had made the mistake of interfering with Korthani expansion into the Centauri sector, destroying 3 supply convoys with their crude hit-and-run tactics. Today, they would learn the price of defying the Korthani Empire. Broadcasting. "On all frequencies, Admiral," the communications officer announced. "The humans are requesting parley." "Ignore them," Thei replied. "Begin the advance. Today we demonstrate why the Korthani have conquered 47 star systems, while these mammals still struggle to leave their own solar system." The Korthani fleet began its methodical approach. Weapons charging, shields at maximum. Each vessel was a masterwork of military engineering, crystalline hulls that could deflect most energy weapons, plasma cannons capable of cracking planetoids, and shielding technology that had been refined over centuries of warfare. It was then that the long-range sensors detected something unexpected. "Admiral," the sensor operator's voice carried a note of confusion. "A single human vessel is approaching from the outer system. Trajectory suggests it will intercept us in approximately 14 minutes. Thei turned to study the tactical display. A single blip moved steadily toward his magnificent fleet. The audacity was almost insulting. "Classification? Unknown, sir. The vessel appears to be approximately 600 meters in length. Energy signature is unusual. It doesn't match any known human design in our databases." The Admiral's laugh was a harsh chittering sound. "One ship? Against 47? Either these humans have developed a death wish, or their tactical planning is even more primitive than we assumed." As the unknown vessel drew closer, more details became available. The ship was sleek, angular, with weapon ports that seemed almost organic in their integration with the hull. Most strangely, it bore markings that seemed to shift and change as they watched. "Sir," the communications officer interrupted, "we're receiving a transmission from the approaching vessel." "Put it through." The voice that filled the bridge was distinctly human, calm, almost casual. "Korthani Fleet, this is Captain Sarah Chen of the UES Prometheus. You are in violation of Terran space. Withdraw immediately or face the consequences." The bridge erupted in chittering laughter from the crew. Thei himself was almost doubled over with mirth. "Captain Chen," he replied, "I am Admiral Thei of the Korthani Third Fleet. You face 47 warships with a single vessel. Perhaps you would care to reconsider your suggestion." "Negative, Admiral. Last warning. Withdraw now." "Commander." Thei turned to his weapons officer. "When that pathetic craft comes within range, destroy it. Make it spectacular. I want the humans on their homeworld to see what happens to those who threaten the Korthani Empire." The Prometheus continued its approach, seemingly oblivious to the massive firepower arrayed against it. When it reached the fleet's outer defensive perimeter, 12 Korthani cruisers opened fire simultaneously. Plasma bolts that could vaporize asteroids converged on the human destroyer. The energy struck the Prometheus and simply disappeared. "What?" Thei leaned forward. "Report." "Unknown, sir." "Our weapons made contact, but there was no effect. No explosion, no debris, no energy discharge. The human vessel is completely undamaged." Before anyone could respond, the Prometheus fired. What emerged from its weapon ports was unlike anything in Korthani experience. Not plasma, not projectiles, not even directed energy. It was as if space itself was being rewritten, reality bending, around focused points of impossible geometry. The first Korthani cruiser simply ceased to exist. Not destroyed, not vaporized, it was as if it had never been there at all. The second folded in on itself, becoming a perfect cube before winking out of existence. The third began aging rapidly, its hull corroding and crumbling as decades passed in seconds, until nothing remained but cosmic dust. "Impossible!" Zexathara screamed. "What weapons are those?" His science officer's voice was barely a whisper. "Admiral, those aren't conventional weapons. The humans appear to have weaponized fundamental forces, gravity, time, space itself. This technology is centuries beyond anything we've encountered." The Prometheus continued its advance, each shot eliminating Korthani vessels in ways that defied physics as they understood it. One ship found its atoms suddenly deciding they preferred to be arranged as a flowering plant. Another discovered that its mass had been redistributed across 17 dimensions. "Full retreat," Zexathara commanded, but it was too late. The Prometheus had somehow moved beyond the laws of physics. It appeared to be in multiple locations simultaneously, engaging the entire fleet at once. Korthani ships that tried to flee found themselves moving backward through time, returning to the moment of their destruction. Those that attempted to fight discovered their weapons firing flowers, poetry, or in one memorable case, tiny versions of themselves. In less than 10 minutes, the pride of the Korthani Third Fleet was gone. 47 ships reduced to cosmic curiosities or simply erased from existence. Admiral Zexathara found himself alone on his flagship's bridge, his crew having been transformed into beings of pure mathematics. The view screen activated, showing Captain Chen's calm face. "Admiral," she said conversationally, "humanity appreciates your visit, but we really must decline your conquest attempt. I'm going to send you home now. Please tell your empire that Earth is under the protection of the Terran Defense Force, and we'd prefer to keep our solar system intact." "What? What are you?" Zexathara whispered. Chen smiled. "We're humans, Admiral. We've had a few technological breakthroughs lately. Turns out when you give a species that survived ice ages, plagues, and nuclear weapons access to reality-altering technology, interesting things happen." The Admiral's ship began to move, pulled by forces beyond his comprehension back toward Korthani. Space. "Oh, an Admiral?" Chen's voice followed him. "Next time, maybe try diplomacy first. We're actually quite reasonable when people aren't trying to exterminate us." As his ship limped home through hyperspace, Admiral Zexathara composed his report. The Korthani Empire would need to update their intelligence files on humanity. Significantly. Behind him, the UES Prometheus returned to its patrol route. Just another day protecting Earth from those who mistook human restraint for weakness.